Collateral is a very successful film in terms of utilizing all the components of filmmaking. I specifically want to talk about the directing, editing, acting, and the screenplay. The directing is great for a great many number of reasons. Each scene takes as long as it needs in order to accomplish its respective goal. Plus, there is enough coverage in each scene which allows the editing to be done more easily and successfully. The scene in which to look at for all of this is the nightclub scene, aka the fourth hit. When all the firefighting and craziness starts, the audience never loses sight of any of the characters, including Max, Vincent, Detective Fanning, the FBI, and the actual hit target. This to me means Michael Mann is a talented enough director to have all the pre-production steps completed well before the filming of that scene even began. So the end result is something where you'd never question spatial geography or what any of the characters are supposed to be doing in the scene, because as I've said, you already know. And this is also thanks to the editing. Another aspect I want to talk about. It is the editor's job, or duty even, to allow the audience to keep track of the shots in between cuts. And in the nightclub scene, the editing is so smooth and seamless, the viewers are able to focus on the intensity of the scene instead of asking what the hell is supposed to be going on. It's also nice that the gunshots look realistic, so the editor didn't have to cut away from those, adding to the atmosphere of the scene. And while writing this out, I looked up the movie and found out that it actually won Best Oscar for film editing. How about that? So, third, I want to talk about the acting, and I of course want to specifically talk about the two main performances of Fox and Cruise. They were basically perfect for their roles, as they seemed to easily settle into each of them respectively. Fox does a fantastic job of making Max a quirky, almost OCD-like cab driver with his mannerisms and stunted way of speaking. This even continues when the part comes where he has to be the hero. The way they make him shoot the glass out with a handgun and he doesn't know how to use it, that's funny. And that's exactly how Max would do it. And Tom Cruise is very apathetic yet harshly in charge of every situation throughout the film. This is exactly how I would expect a hitman to act in his situation. So both of their acting combined lends to the film's overall atmosphere and allows you to easily connect with both of them. Lastly is the great screenplay by Stuart Beattie. What I want to focus on here is how the whole story manages to take place over the course of one night. This is a challenge for the screenwriter, who is helmed with the task of providing twists, turns, and character arcs in such a short period of time. But he pulls it off, by God. He does so by setting up the premise nicely of a cabbie driving around a hitman for 5 consecutive stops. Then throughout the cab ride, there are constant references to how long each cab ride is and how Vincent is only there for the night, such as in the scene where they go to see Max's mother. So when you stop and think about the elements that make a screenplay work, this one checks off all the boxes. This is done especially well when Max has to come out of his shell and become the hero he is almost scared to be and save Jada Pinkett Smith from certain death. Here you can see Max is changed literally overnight and for all the right reasons, thus allowing us, the audience, to get behind him and watch through all the intensity the movie has to offer to save a woman he has literally just met. And that's why I'm giving this movie 264.9875 farts out of a total possible 311.75 farts.